All right, today we are going to work on some graphic design. So first, kind of just a little bit of an intro in regards to the activity. So digital graphic design is simply combining shapes, images, text to make a final finished product. So you've seen graphic designs all around you. Here is this kind of example just of a cereal box, which I'm sure you all have seen. And so usually when doing graphic design, we are using some sort of design software. But for what we're going to do today in class, we're just going to use our Google Slides tools. So as you go through designing, there are some things you want to think about. Making something that looks good and tells a story is important, but maybe is a little bit more difficult than you might think. So as a graphic designer, you have to think about the color, font pairings, depth perception, which is a really good example over here when we have our better design and our poor design, kind of the depth perception of that, symmetry and balance, as well as layering the pieces. So just taking a minute to kind of look both at these on how they are improved in this kind of final better design product. Then these are just a couple of hints. So resizing your clip art in shapes and pictures, that's something that we have all done. So this should be fairly simple and a review for how to do that. All right, so our first part is just resizing, moving, and rotating. And so here are just some practice shapes. So like I'm just going to show you, make it smaller, make it larger. Like I said, that's kind of a review for all of us. The rotate is a little circle with the arrow if you just kind of want to tilt something. And then having the pointer arrow in the middle if we want to move something. Like I said, that should be a review. Then layering things is something that is new, and you have several layering options. And so we can bring something to the front, send it to the back, bring forward, send forward. And so I personally, when I'm working with things, I typically just do bring forward or send backward because that allows me to just move them slightly to adjust and see like, oh, where exactly do I want that kind of in my layers. So here it says to move the blue rectangle to the front. And so that means first I have to click. Well, I could click on either, and I'm going to click on the blue rectangle. And so then I come up to Arrange, Order, and like I said, I like to just do Bring Forward. That way I can see, am I going to have to do it multiple times or just one? And so that, I was able to just do it with one click. And then it says try moving the orange circle to the back. And so that is essentially what we did. Now it's to the back. So that's how you do that. You have to be clicked on the item for it to work, and then arrange and order. All right, the last task or piece of it is to be able to duplicate the things I'm giving you. So maybe you might want more than one of a specific clip art or a shape. So the easiest way to do that is just to do our copy and paste, right? So I have to choose my item. And I can come up to Edit, Copy, or I can do the shortcut of Control C. And then to paste it, I can do the shortcut of Control V, or Edit, Paste. To get that, you can see I can do that multiple times if I need multiple. All right, so here now is what your task is looking at the designs that I have and recreating it here over in this workspace. So here's our finished design. Here are all the pieces. So if it was me, I'd probably start with this background piece, right? Drag it over to my canvas area, and then I'm going to have to resize it and start with that. And then once I start to bring other pieces over, ooh, I can see that's kind of disappearing. I'm going to have to reorder that using my arrange to do something else with it. So you have several scenes to work through here. Just do your best. I'm not expecting that you all get them all done, but there should be plenty to give you some good design practice today. So you will head to Google Classroom, and then it's going to be the very first item called Valentine's Day Graphic Design. And then, you know, when you open it, you're looking over here for it linked with your name.